This story has been flying all over social media for days now. It's a story of a mother-in-law who beats up her pregnant daughter-in-law in the presence of her two children and her husband. This has left people wondering in so many thoughts. People kept imagining what went wrong. Why will the mother-in-law beat her? What kind of relationship do these people have that can lead to her mother-in-law raising her hand on her? And why was the husband just there doing nothing? From the video clip this very woman shared on her social media handle. But then before we jump into conclusion and know the whole truth about this story, let's take a look at this clip.
Say that I should pack out from my husband's house. Go to mother to come and hit me that I'm pregnant. He's hitting a pregnant woman to leave the house. In the presence of my children. Look at my children there. In the presence of my children. The mother is beating me and he's watching it. Carry your mother and go. Get and go where? I'm sleeping. Tell your mother to leave me alone. Your mother is here hitting me, Abi. I'm sleeping. Continue. If I lose this child, if I lose my child, if I lose my child, every time I lose my child. I should sit down while your mother is beating me. I'm not interested in the meeting again. She has hit my head. She has hit my belly. I'm not interested. You guys have done the one you want to do. You guys have done the one you want to do. I'm not interested in the meeting again. I'm not. What is it? What is it? I'm not going anywhere. You are going. Is that pushing you out of the husband house? Is that pushing you out of the husband house? Is that pushing you out of the husband house? Is that pushing you out of the husband house? Come and push me again. What is it? I'm coming away. What is it? Go ahead. Push me. Did I push you? Did I push you? You're the parent of my children. You're going to hit me. You're watching your mother. You're watching your mother. She has hit my ears. She has hit me all through. You want to beat me too? The meeting is over. The meeting is over. I didn't want to join your mother to beat me. You want to join your mother to beat me? The meeting is over. It's out of respect.
It's enough. It's enough. It's enough.
After people saw this clip, a lot of people were worried. Why will this woman beat her? If she were her daughter, will she do this to her? And why is the husband just sitting there and doing nothing when your mother is beating your wife? So many questions kept sweeping under the carpet. A lot of people took to their social media accounts to ask questions severally. There was no response, there was no reply because the thing was not clear. If truly this mother-in-law beat up her daughter, what did she do wrong? Why was the husband not defending or supporting his wife? Why was he there when the mom was beating his wife? And he couldn't even send his children out of that premises. Neither did he stop his mom until later on when he started begging his wife, talking to her, stop and that and that. But to give us clarity on this, a particular journalist, Agba Jalingo, took to his social media account to do a public call out. He called out the mother-in-law, he called out the husband, and this is what he has to say. This is to call the attention of the Cross River State Commissioner of Education, Dr. Stephen Ode, PhD, to this violence perpetrated by one of his staff, Mrs. Amber Ndifon, who is the Educational Secretary in Etong Local Government in Central Cross River State, Nigeria. For whatsoever reason, she left her official bag. Guys, can you imagine? To go to Calabar where her son Ndim Ejo Ndifon lives, and she showcased the beast in her by beating up her daughter-in-law to the point she lost the pregnancy and returned to Etong to go back and sit on a public table to earn public money. The son, who is also a disgrace to brotherhood, was standing there and incapable of defending the mother of his two children. She lost the pregnancy. She has been driven away from the house and she's having health challenges already, occasioned by the violence and stress. The State Commissioner for Health has been duly informed about this, and the State CID has also incidented the mother. Ndim, you and your mother, una go pay for this one. Violence is a crime. I hope you know. So journalist Agba Jalingo has this to say about the mother-in-law and about the son in his public post on his social media platform. This is Amber Ndifon, a disgrace to their sisterhood, who went and beat up her daughter-in-law until she lost her pregnancy. She is the educational secretary in Etong local government area. Let us shame some beast. Hashtag wicked mother-in-law. Same also he called out the son. In his post, he said, "This Ndim Ejo Ndifo, looking like one better person. He's a disgrace to brotherhood. He stood there and allowed his mother to beat up his pregnant wife until she lost the pregnancy." Now, looking at this situation intently, do you think the mother-in-law left her primary place of assignment, educational state secretary, and traveled all the way to come and beat her daughter-in-law? What kind of relationship do they have that would warrant her beat up her daughter-in-law until she lost her pregnancy and she's receiving medical care at the hospital? And why did the husband stay still and did not react when his mom was beating his wife? Just as we saw in the first clip, although the clip was cut short, we didn't see the actual beginning, we didn't see what later transpired. But that notwithstanding, what kind of marriage coexisted between Indifon and his wife? What really is the kind of relationship that is existing between Indifon's wife and his family? Well, Indifon has a lot to say about this scenario. But before we hear all he has to say, all the juicy stories he has for us, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your thoughts about this in the comment section. What do you think is the relationship that coexisted between this family? And why do you think the mother-in-law has so much courage to walk into another woman's matrimonial home and beat her? And what do you think would be the cause? I don't know. Your thoughts is mine. Leave it in the comment section.
Yes, Ndum Ejo Ndifon. You seem to be the man in the news today. So tell me, what really happened? What happened?
So first, this started before now. We have been having issues ever since I married my wife. We have always had issues, one way or the other, but I have always tried to manage these issues. Now, these issues became heightened more in February 24 this year, where for some weird reasons my wife went through my phones, and then she saw a picture of a naked lady and all that, and then she decided to go gaga with it. She saw the picture. It was the approach she took it. She decided to embarrass me. The first thing she did was she took that picture and showed it to my children. We both have children.
She showed the picture of the naked lady in your phone to the children?
Yes.
Okay.
She showed the picture to the children. She also used it as display picture on her WhatsApp, and then also posted it on her WhatsApp status. At least before then, I was able to capture. I have a screenshot which I'll share with you of the display picture on her WhatsApp.
Okay, I like that very much.
Yes. Neighbors came in after she had tried to drag me down. When people tried to drag the issues in and tried to settle, she became very abusive. She started saying curses and throwing curses at me, saying that the land will reject my labor, started insulting me here and there. People were still trying to calm her down. The worst part of it was that at one point, she now picked up his scissors and threatened to use it on me. It was one of my neighbors who held on to her, but she kept on using that scissors to bang on the dining table.
February. This was in February.
This was in February. Yes, okay. This was February 24th.
How long have you people been married?
6 years.
6 years, okay.
Yes. Now, as if that was not all, I had to call my pastor to this. And I explained to my pastor, this is what it is. My pastor came to the house and spent over 5 hours trying to reconcile these issues. My pastor even knelt down before my wife to forgive me. Mind, it's not as if he caught me sleeping with someone and all that. This is an old picture on my phone. I don't delete things on my phone. I am in the NGO sector, so I know the power of documentation. I was careless for keeping some of those things there, even if I never paid attention to them. Time passed. My pastor, in order to amend things, collected my phone, deleted that lady's contact on my phone for peace to be. Mind you, my wife had already called this lady. She took the lady's number and already called the lady and threatened the lady. The lady already told her, the lady didn't keep, the lady kept quiet. And funny enough, the lady didn't even get back to me. It was 4 days later, the woman got back to me because I don't have a number again. It's been deleted. And she said, your wife did this, your wife did that, and you didn't bother calling me. He said, and she also went on to say, it is because of the respect I have for you that I've not taken this thing up, because I don't want to drag your integrity. Hey, after my pastor left, that was when she calmed for you. That, by the way. Fast forward down, much later, my neighbors were still able to not talk to my wife again after my pastor left. That was when she calmed down. Thinking that these issues have been resolved, apparently it bettered the new season of a new wave in my life, or in our lives. We have had issues in the past, honestly. We have had time with that number. I have always taken it to my past. If you start bringing in your family, it won't end well.
Okay,
so
but now, let's come to the story now. You said you don't bring in your family, but the allegation, what she alleges is that, she alleged that your mother beat her. Did your mother beat her?
My mom didn't beat her. Actually, in all honesty, my mom slapped her. Yes, there is a recording. I have the recording.
Okay.
I will send that to you.
Yes.
So I'll send that to you. My mom was talking to her, and how my mom came into this picture, I don't know if you want me to continue here or you want me to just narrate the story so that there's a flow, you understand where this is happening.
Okay, yes, you can maybe establish what came to the point where your mother was having this conversation.
Exactly. That's why I'm going through all of this. So Wednesday, which is last week, 23rd. Sorry, let me check. I think it's 23rd.
Last week Wednesday. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Last week Wednesday.
Yes. My wife had reached out to me earlier on to say I should send her money for food, and I was at the moment I'm not working. I've been out of job for some time. And my wife does business. So I told her, please, use 20,000 from your monies to get foodstuffs. We had foodstuffs already in the house. I just wanted to respect the fact that maybe she wants to do something different or maybe buy some condiments or something special. I don't know. I told her, please use 20,000 from your monies and I will reimburse you within the week. There's a text message to that effect. My wife replied saying that monies from where? And then called back on phone to tell me that, did I give her money to give somewhere that I'm asking her for money? I ended the call because she was already raising her tempo in that manner. And it was almost time for me to go to church. I worship with the Brook Church. So I went to church, and my wife kept on calling, because I already know how my wife reacts when these things happen. I didn't bother. My phone was on silent, and I was documenting my messages and all that. By the time I was done with church, she had already sent me some very slandering messages. 3 of those messages she had deleted, and I didn't bother. I just replied I was in church. That was all. I can share screenshots of my message with my wife to you. And I was going home. My mom called to tell me, just when I was leaving church, my mom called to tell me that she's in town because my mom is the executive secretary for Itun local government. And I called my wife to tell my wife that my mom is around. Let me go and see her. She came for a workshop at August Hotel. So I went to see her, and then after seeing her, I didn't stay long. I went back home. When I got back home, despite the fact that I knew that my wife had already started her issues, I still went, and she was sitting on the dining table. I still went and hugged her just to embrace her. Okay, I've come in and all that. And then I sat down to ask for my food. That was when my wife started her issues. You will not do this. You will not do that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. So many things she started, and the tempo kept on rising and rising and rising. Mind you, sorry, before Wednesday, last week, which was Easter, the Sunday of Easter, I was bathing the children. When my wife went to the parlor where my phone was charging, went through my messages and started deleting people's contacts from my phone. I started blocking people's contacts on my WhatsApp. I didn't know of this until much later that day when I realized and I remember that people had sent me Easter messages. I remember that, but I was looking through my phone and I couldn't see it. That was when I now became curious and I checked and I realized that she had blocked and deleted some people's contacts or messages from my phone. Is it something she does often, like checking your phone? And I check my phone, and I've always wanted not to do that. Okay. It wasn't yet. No, I'm here. This is really important. Okay, so this is really important. So I chatted a friend of mine. I have one of my best friends. I chatted him up while I was still in the house to say that can I come and sleep in your place? Mind you, one of the tenants in the compound had reached out to me on WhatsApp to say, please, if you can go out, so that the tempo can reduce. My friend didn't reply. Apparently, he was on medication and the drugs was heavy on him. So I called my childhood friend who was in the next compound and I asked him if I could come and sleep with him. At his place, sleep at his place, sorry. He agreed. So I came out, drove the car. But even at that, she came out to try and collect the car key. She opened all the doors so that I won't potentially be able to drive out. But the good thing is that the spaces in between were enough for me to reverse between the cars. Mind you, this thing had happened for over 3 hours before I left the house. My wife has insulted, accused, defamed, and did everything for me. And did to me. Does this happen in front of the children? You know, one of my primary concerns are the children. Yes, at some point, I'll send you the recording. At some point, I told her, please, if not for anything, the children. You will hear the recording of the video. You will hear that even at some point, there was cartoon playing in the background before the children went to their rooms to sleep. At some point, even when she was shouting, I wanted to pay a deaf ear. I told her younger brother, who is like a son to me, to bring bed sheets from the room. Let me sleep in the parlor. She said, no, nobody is sleeping in the parlor. I didn't say anything. Before all this were happening, these are some of the high points of issues within 3 hours of insults and attacks. Hitting the table, hitting things, and being aggressive. Before I left. Has she ever raised her hand on you? Oh, she has several times. Even February 24th, she raised my hand. Do you have any evidence? Do you have anything to? No, are there witnesses? There are 1,001 witnesses. If it's that one, there are 1,001 witnesses. Because you don't expect that someone will be attacking me and I'll be carrying my phone to record. No, I will not do that. My focus is the family, not the whole issue. If I'm doing that or looking for phone, it means I have a ulterior motive. Yeah. Okay. So now back to the crux of this issue now. On Thursday, early hours of Thursday, she continued her altercation. She kept on calling me. I didn't answer. Then she sent me a couple of messages, and then finalized the message with Doshima 0 in Demo 1 as she wait for it. I'll send you the screenshots of this conversation. because there were WhatsApp messages. I didn't still answer. On Thursday, she called again. I didn't answer. Then she now sent a message saying that it means the marriage has ended. I didn't answer.
Okay, these messages were coming at the time when you left the house to your childhood friend house
Yes,
to avoid,
yes, exactly.
okay, when you just, okay.
Yes. Now, I think that was not all. She kept, when I went back on Thursday to take my bath, and she came back to the house. I don't know how she knew her because she stepped out. I asked her younger brother where she went to, and he said she had gone to work because she's learning how to sew somewhere. But to my greatest surprise, I went in to take my bath, and barely 5-10 minutes after I entered, she drove in. Give or take, I want to believe maybe she had informed somebody in the street or someone that maybe if I'm around, they should inform her. I don't want to conclude on that, but that's by the way. She came into the house and started her issues again. So, in the process of starting her issues, she didn't want me to go out. So I moved her because she pushed the door. She kept on pressing and pressing the door till the door bends. The door is bad in the room. I have evidence. Maybe when I get home, I will snap it and send to you. I moved to the parlor to go out, and she refused me passing. So I shifted her out of force because she would not allow me to go. So I moved her from the wall while trying to open the door and go out. By the time I went out of the house, because I wanted to go out, that was when she now told the brother that she should carry my printer because I have a printer on the table. She should carry my printer. She's going to sell it. She should carry the fans and all that. She started moving those things out. So when the younger brother carried the printer, I wanted to take it to the other car she uses. I collected the printer and then put it in this car that I am now, this other car that I use more. And then she started her issue. By the time I could put the printer in the car and come out, my wife had already gone inside, brought the electric kettle. Already, she had already started her noise. Her neighbors had started gathering. The electric kettle, I'll send you the picture of the electric kettle. And aimed it at me. I used my hand to deflect it. The dents of the car, the impact from the kettle, dented even a part of the car. I have picture evidence to them. There were witnesses to that also. The security man and one of my neighbors was there. Even her younger brother was there. And immediately she did that, she ran inside and locked the door. This was on Thursday. So I went home. I went to where I was staying. And then at some point, pondering through all of these things, I asked myself one question. If today I drop dead, nobody will know the stories I've gone through. So I went to Citizenship Department or so under Ministry of Justice to file a case. Because it looked like everybody, besides my own family people, have tried to intervene in these issues. But everything.
Okay, so your members of your family have not been intervening or intruding?
They have not. Even if they have heard, because some of the issues that have happened in time past, my wife was the one who went and reported to them. In time past, there was a particular time
I was able to get a few things from all the things this man said in this video. And I have been trying not to be emotional about this. I've been trying not to side anyone. We are going to analyze it as it is. The first thing he talked about was what really happened. He made mention of his wife coming across or encounter with a naked woman's video or photos or whatever on his phone. And then he made mention of she decided to go gaga with it. Like, I don't get. Your wife saw a naked woman's photos on your mobile phone, rather your WhatsApp or whatever platform the ladies deem it fit to send it to. And all you could say is that your wife decided to go gaga with it. Okay, let's keep on. Moving further, he also mentioned that the wife showed his children. She posted it on her WhatsApp status. Well, I feel showing it to the children was too extra. If you have a problem with your husband, as a woman, I feel you should sort it out with him and taking out these children away from the incident. Now, if you observe from the first clip properly, you discover that these children should be between the ages of 5 or 4, 3, 2, and she showing the children the nude pictures of another woman she saw on her husband's phone is out of it. Uncle Ndifon went further to say that his wife tried to drag him down. She was angry, doing everything possible to pull him down. Come on, I don't know what your reaction would be, but God forbid, peradventure you found a naked woman's picture on your husband's one of his social media platform. Will you have reacted as she does? Do you think her reaction went too extreme? Leave it in the comment section. What kind of conversation or relationship do you have with this particular woman that she has the nerves, she has the boldness to send you, a married man, her nude pictures? He went further to make mention of his pastor coming to spend more than 5 hours or how many hours trying to resolve the issue, and his pastor had to go down on his knees to plead with the wife to forgive him and let go of everything. You are digressing from the main issue. All I see you talking about is this one came to beg, your wife want to drag, your wife decide to go gaga. Like seriously? If reverse was the case, how would your reaction be? Would you just react normally or you react more? See, the truth is always bitter. If you offend your partner, either in relationship or marriage, the best and reasonable thing for you as an individual to do is to go and seek for forgiveness from that person. There is no much effort that can be compared to the effort you make in resolving that conflict. Now, you didn't even make mention of you and your wife trying to resolve this. Rather, you start talking about she went gaga, your pastor came into the scene, you guys used to have your differences and then you resolve it. But this one, your family had to intervene, your pastor had to intervene. You are leaving the main thing. As little as sorry is, can quench a lot of fire more than you least expected. You leave us no option than to see you as someone who is justifying his acts. You are a married man, for God's sake. You are a Christian, a child of God. So Mr. Indifo furthermore said that his wife went ahead to call this lady, and the lady called you to report your wife to you. That your wife called her and was saying so many several pattern of things left and right. And then she didn't want to pick it up and push the matter further because of the respect she has for you. See, guys, at this point, I feel even if as a married man you want to cheat, which is not a go ahead or a guarantee for you to cheat, because you're a married man, you should be able to control your emotions. But even if you fall into such temptation, there is a way you will place your wife that no matter the rubbish you do outside, they know that this man values his wife. Yes, some girls may know that I'm his side chico, but when it has to do with his wife, men don't even go there. He will give you gbas because of how valuable you placed your wife. But if you didn't place your wife or give her any place of value or respect before the people you fluctuate or do your rubbish with, how will this girl have the guts to say that she didn't pursue this case because of the respect she has for you? Okay, what about your wife? Did you consider her feelings? Do you know that this woman would have posted this thing on her social media platform and dragged this girl down, and this issue would have been taken forward? Who is at lost? Your side chick and you. And you are claiming that you didn't even sleep with her. So does that justify and give you the right to document or keep whatever document of naked ladies' pictures on your phone for reference or document or whatever sake? What kind of case are you pursuing? Or what kind of conversation do you have that brought about that kind of evidence? Are you fighting for her, or you're trying to defend her that warrant her to send you her nude pictures to prove as evidence? Or what? Omo is the guts for me that she didn't take up the matter. She even have mouth, she have the nerves to say she didn't pursue or take up the matter. That shows me how much little value you placed on your wife before people outside. That is my opinion. Leave yours in the comment section. So you went further to say that the matter was not resolved, and that was the genesis of the crisis you are passing through in your home even currently. Of course, the matter will not be resolved because you and your wife did not sit down to amicably handle what was going on. Rather, from your conversation and response, you kept shifting blames. Your wife, your wife, your wife. Even if your pastor comes in to solve this, even if the general overseer was invited, if you didn't acknowledge that you wronged your wife and try to tackle the main problem, my brother, you will keep calling different people. Even if your ancestors reincarnate and come to solve this problem, it will still not take away this problem, because it is more like you don't even want to agree that you have wronged this woman. And you have not even come to the realization that what you did was wrong. My guy, it was wrong. You went further to say that from the video clip your wife posted that your mother did not beat her, she only slapped her. Like seriously, you even have the nerves to say your mom slapped her and you were there in your presence and your children were there. What kind of picture are you portraying for them? That even after they get married, their mom can walk into their home and treat their wives anyhow? Right before you, your mom is slapping. You're already a failure to the brotherhood, sincerely. For your no, come on, what kind of problem will even lead to this? You can't stand for your wife. Has your wife become so problematic that you can't even defend her before your family members? When the Bible says two shall become one, for better, for worse, and the list keeps going on and on. You also furthermore said that you've been out of work for some time and your wife is into business and she's learning tailoring. Now, it is normal for anybody to be out of work for a short period of time, but yours was not specific. Truly, if you were out of work for some period of time, it gives us a picture that your wife has been the one catering for the home, making provisions financially and otherwise. You even said that you came back, you're waiting for your food. So she has to go to work, come back as the provider now, cook and supply your meal for you. And you still have the nerves and the guts to go cheat on her. You are even claiming that you didn't even sleep with her. So sleeping with another woman is not a justifiable thing for you. It's not something to brag about, right? You furthermore mentioned that she went to your WhatsApp and started deleting contacts, deleting chats. You realized it when you wanted to respond to some Easter messages that were sent to you. I see this marriage thing, as you cannot copy somebody. Just be you, be yourself, be authentic, be genuine. You can learn from people, be open to learn from people, associate with people so you could learn what is working for them. But you can't copy somebody. Everybody has his own blueprints. That's one thing I want you to remember. Both of you were wrong and must find a way, an amicably way to solve your differences. You knew your wife, you guys dated or courted before you both got married. And you understood that there are some attributes and attitudes in her you can't change. You can only compromise and manage with. That is just the fact. There are attitudes in people that no matter how much you pray or what you do, it can never change. That is their personality. And you were sure and comfortable that you can bear and manage some of this. And that was part of the reasons you married her. And I'm very much aware that you should know that your wife easily flames up at little provocation. You should also know that there are things your wife likes and she doesn't. It wouldn't take anything from you to apologize to your partner. Seriously. Now, as a married person, you want to flirt or you know you are already a flirt. You are a flirting type. Can you add value to your wife so that even when you are misbehaving, it's the wrong thing, no, but you know you still respect your wife, and those people you are misbehaving with don't have the right to disrespect your wife. She was wrong for showing the children the naked picture of a woman she found on her husband's phone, because these children are kids now. What are you already teaching them? You are giving them a different picture about their father and about the society entirely. And you not realizing that you wronged your wife is another error. My dear, my besties, if you wrong your partner, whether your lover or your spouse, please find an amicably way to resolve your conflict. Everybody have his conflict in marriage. Oh. The fact that people don't come on social media to talk about their problems, their issues, doesn't mean that everybody is enjoying his own. Hey, everybody is laughing, wearing and co. Everybody is looking beautiful under pancake and makeup, and nothing is going on. Some people's scenario and problems is very huge and large. Some people's own is very little. Whichever your own is, find a better ground to always solve your conflicts with your partner. Don't always make it escalate. Some people's conflict, if they don't come on social media, it cannot be resolved. While others coming on social media affects their marriage or relationship. Look for a ground that is more comfortable and convenient to resolve conflict between you and your partner. So, Mr. Indifon, I pray you resolve this and come out of this battleground stronger. I just pray your family pass through this and God helps your family to become more stronger. You both have a lot of work to do, both you and your wife. Work on yourselves, work on your attitude, work on your character, work on your mannerism, work on conflict resolution, work on your spiritual life. It's not about spiritualizing everything. It is vain for you to spiritualize things and nothing to show forth. Please work on it, because God has a blueprint for every home and his desire is that every home becomes an example where the world will see and copy. God desires to find a dwelling place in each home, and He brought you and your wife together for a purpose. So, my besties, leave your thoughts about this dramatic event in the comment section. And if this is your first time seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it your last. Consider subscribing and liking because more juicy stories are on the way coming.